Hey guys, doitall here, and welcome to a new kind of video. In this episode, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get the most out of your Windows PC, whether it be for gaming, just a quicker startup, a little bit of everything here. Now, we're going to go ahead and give you guys a rundown of the machine that I'm using right now. I recently purchased on eBay for $340 a Dell Precision 7500 series. Before, I was using a 3500 series, but we'll get more into that in maybe towards the end of this video or maybe in a separate video altogether. I don't know. I'll decide as we go. But we're going to start off with some easy things here. If you've been running your Windows computer for a long time, it's going to start building up a lot of crap inside that hard drive that's going to slow it down and just make it much more difficult to run. So there are a few things built into the Windows operating system that are great for cleaning out, but me personally, I fall in love with some third-party utilities. The first one we're going to start off with is a freebie. Now, they do have a paid version, but I personally wouldn't buy it. That's just me, because in combination with another utility that I'm going to get into, it's going to be awesome. This is WiseCare 365. This is one that I discovered 4 or 5 years ago now. And it's proven to be one of my all-time favorite cleaning utilities. And it's as simple as this. You install it from their website, and it's going to look like this. And you just press the checkup button right here. It's going to go through. It's going to find a bunch of crap inside your system. Google Chrome is running. I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to show you guys some computer shit later. And it's just going to go through. It's going to give you a PC score. It looks like mine's running at 3.0 right now. That's just saying, okay, it's out of 10, so got a 3 out of 10. Because I've never run WiseCare. I just downloaded it for this video. So we'll go ahead and press Fix. And it's going to go through the process of just cleaning out your hard drive, making sure that it's just running it the best it can. Now, this is just the primary utility that this program offers. You can also go into things like the system cleaner while this is even running. It's got a registry cleaner here, but just cleans up extra registry files, things that are just kind of fucked up. You got your cleaner here. You can use it to clean out like web browsing history, along with a variety of other things that get caught up. Got an advanced cleaner, just goes a little bit deeper than it normally would. And one of my favorite things right here is the system slimming. It is going to take a second to boot this one up, but you can get rid of like extra language files and just other shit that you really don't need in your hard drive. If you're using default wallpapers, then you can keep it. I don't use the default, so I can just remove it. So I can select all here, and it's going to clear up quite a bit of disk space. 500 megs, I know it's not a shit ton these days, but that can still be utilized for pictures, music, games, whatever you want. And when I'm using a solid-state drive that only has 240 gigs right now, you know, every little bit helps. So we're going to go ahead and go back here. Brought me up to a 9. Which I can actually increase that further. Now, it's saying the privacy risk right here. That is something that you have to pay to, clean. But if you want to see a workaround method, download this program right here, CCleaner. This is one of the most popular cleaning utilities available these days. I mean, practically everybody has heard of CCleaner at this point. So if this one's new to you, get it on your system. It can go a little bit deeper than even the WiseCare does, but I would not use them. I wouldn't choose one or the other. I would use both of them. Use WiseCare to get your PC score, and use this one to basically utilize the, basically what they would pay for WiseCare you get for free in CCleaner. But you still want WiseCare for its extra features that it has. So this one is also easy. You just run the analysis here. We're going to go ahead and press no there, and it's going to pick up a bunch of shit that it can clear out for you. We'll run that, and yes, I realize, don't show me that again. And it's going to run the cleaning process. Shouldn't take too long here. No, I know I don't want you to clean my Chrome. And we can even check this again, and I believe I will have a higher score even though I'm not checking Chrome. And let's see what it does. Loading, loading, loading. See? Solid 10. You basically just got paid for features inside of WiseCare from using another free utility. Now we're going to go ahead and go and check out the system cleaner here. Now we'll run a registry scan. This normally takes no time at all. It's going to do this first one that takes forever, and then just going to speed through the rest. And again, I have not used WiseCare on this system yet, so I am going to see quite a few issues. You should have a similar thing, and here's the thing. If you've been running your system for a while, there's a good chance, if you haven't done any cleaning, you're going to get a solid 0 when you run WiseCare. And by the time you clean it out and reset it, you're going to be good to go. Now, these are just some basic utilities. Another good thing I have running over here to the side is Specky. Now, this isn't a cleaning utility as much as telling you what your system has. Okay, we'll go ahead and clear that out. And it's going to show you what operating system you're running, your chipset. See, I've got my Xeons in here. Now, I'm surprised it's actually not showing both the Xeons. It's just showing one of them. I've got 2 of them. 48 gigs of RAM, the Dell, the graphics. This is my graphics card right here, which don't know why it's saying 2 gigs here when it's clearly 6, and believe me, I utilize all 6 gigs. And all my assorted hard drives, optical drives, so basically your DVD drives, your Blu-ray drives, shit like that, and audio. And you can just go through each of these. It'll give you a more detailed description. Let's say I wanted to go to the CPU here. It'll give you all the information you would ever need about it, which is pretty fucking handy in my book. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of this because we don't need to run this anymore. Now let's get into some more advanced tweaks. Now, before we go any further, you can still go into like WiseCare and make it do things like clean even deeper by going to the settings. You know what the hell, I'll even show you right now. This is at your own risk though. Do not blame me if you fuck up your system because you decided to dig too deep. So we can go here and go into settings and change a couple things. First of all, I don't like running literally any of this. We'll go into cleaner, we can select secure deletion. Oh, it looks like they've added a couple things. Multi-user, fancy. I prefer the deep scans where it goes even deeper into the registry. Exclusions, let's see, custom checkup. Normally it disables a couple things in the registry checks. You can activate those as you wish. And yeah, I'm not going to save any of that. I'll go back and fix it all later. But you can go quite a bit deeper with these scans. It's just a matter of how much risk you want to put into it. Now, I've got a few more tweaks I can show you guys. I'm not going to really do them on this machine because it's not necessary. But these are just things I personally like to do, especially on slower machines. The first we're going to do is go to the Start menu, and we're going to search Indexing. And you'll see indexing options right here. Now, if you're running a solid-state drive, this is not going to be necessary. Your drive's fast enough to where it doesn't need to index. However, if you have physical hard drives, I would highly recommend setting it. All you have to do is go into Modify here, and you select the drives you want it to index. I've already done this for myself, so this is what it looked like before, basically. Well, had that one activated. And you just go through and say, yes, I want this, yes, I want this. If you have additional actual hard drives, this could also be used for your system hard drive that you have your operating system on. So go ahead and select that, and everything will just load a little bit faster. Indexing does require a little bit of RAM, but to be able to access your files that much quicker, I personally like it. Now let's go ahead and go in here, and we're going to type in msconfig. Now this is another quote-unquote risky thing to do. We're going to go into boot and advanced options right here. Now, this allows you to select the number of processors that you have, or if you have an issue with your RAM where it says, let's say you've got 4 gigs of RAM, but it's only displaying 3.5 gigs, and you want to utilize all of it. You would select max memory here, and just take out a calculator pretty much. Let's assume here. So, 1 gig of RAM is 1,024 megabytes. Now you just multiply that by the number of RAM sticks you have. In my case, it's 48. And you just compare it to the number that's there. And if it's any different, just throw it in there. You're good to go. Now we're going to keep the calculator out here for another thing I'm going to show you guys. You can also use it to select your number of processors. Personally, I prefer doing this manually. Some people said, oh, it's all automated. Well, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Now make sure you know how many processor cores that you have, because it actually changed on me, because occasionally it'll show you virtual cores, which I wouldn't select it. I only want to be using the physical cores, which between the two processors I have, I've got 12 cores inside of here. So I've selected 12, and yeah, then you press OK and apply, or just OK again. As you see, I press cancel because I don't feel like it's necessary for my system right now, but that's something that you can do, and I do see a bit of a speed up when I do that. Now we're going to do another thing here. We're going to go to the Start menu, and we're going to right click on my computer and press Properties. Now if you're running another operating system such as Windows 10 or Windows 8, all you got to do is go to My Computer here, and when you're in this, select or right click, and you press Properties again. Now we're inside of your system settings. You're going to go to Advanced System Settings here. You're going to go to Performance Settings. Now, let's say you are desperate for performance and you're trying to get as much RAM as you can. You know, if you're a gamer or something, you want as much FPS as you can get. You can set it to best performance, and I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't look pretty. You're going to feel like you're running an old Windows XP or, God forbid, a 98 system, but you will get faster performance. But for me, I like my appearance, so I'm going to leave it as is. Oh, why did I exit out? Now, that's one thing you can do. We're also going to go into Advanced right here, and right here is your virtual memory. We're going to press Change, And basically what virtual memory is, if you don't have a lot of physical RAM inside your computer, it will go into this swap file that's on another hard drive that can, let's say you're using all 8 gigs, well then it can go into this so your computer doesn't just flat out crash on you or completely go to a standstill and then it's unusable. Now we're going to disable automatic managing here, and you're going to go to custom size. If you have multiple hard drives, I would not recommend putting it on a solid state drive. That's just me because it's utilizing so much of your resources. And you're going to go to custom size here. Now, you notice how it says the recommended right here is the, basically that's 74-ish gigs. I'm not going to do the math right off the bat. But if you wanted to get an exact estimate, all you have to do is take your actual RAM here, and you're going to multiply that by 1.5, if I remember correctly. And then that number is what you're going to put for both the initial size here. So I would type out 73, oh shoot, not with the decimal there, 73728, and, oh, apparently tab's not working, and 73728. You're going to press set and then OK, and then you're going to apply it here. For me, I'm not going to do that. In fact, because I have a solid state drive, I'm going to set it to no page file. Yes. And I'm going to set it to go to my D drive, which is my largest hard drive. It's a 4 terabyte. And I'll go ahead and set that to 49149, which is the currently alkylated, or however you pronounce that, because I've already got so much RAM, I don't think I'm ever going to fucking run out. But just in case something were to arise, you know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna reduce it even more. I'm only going to give it a 4 gigabyte of RAM swap file. Now, not recommended. Don't do what I'm about to do, but I've got a fuckload of RAM, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to set 1024. I'm going to multiply that by 4096. How did I forget what that was? Normally I have all these estimates like right off the top of my head, like 8 gigs, 4192. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to set that. And there we go. Now from doing that, I've freed up an additional little bit of RAM there, and in fact, I think it's still going to, oh no, it's not refreshing anymore, so never mind that. Let's see, can I think of anything else I can show you guys right off the bat? One more thing. This is a simple fix here. Clean desktop, okay? You want to have a clean desktop because if you've got just a bunch of shit scattering the entire screen, it does take up resources. So what I like to do is I just create a new folder by going to New Folder and just give it a random name and then just adding all the shit to it. That way I don't have to deal with it at any point. Now, of course, I'm not going to actually use this folder, and I'm going to throw that in my cleaners just for the hell of it. By the way, guys, this is going to be my new motovlog that's going to be coming out hopefully here within the next week or two. It happened on Black Friday, just somebody cutting me off, and you guys will get to see what it is. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and delete that folder. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys, well, you know what? In the next episode, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to build a super cheap gaming computer. All right? Because you can go online and you can buy your parts and, you know, make a budget build for like $400 to $600 really, really easily. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. But the thing is, with these machines that I've built, for a fraction of the cost of building my own, I have a machine that can run anything under the sun. And I want to show you guys how to do that to save you guys some money and to make sure you can play any game you want to at a very reasonable price. But that'll be saved for the next episode, guys. So I do hope you enjoyed this one. Go ahead and press that bell notification icon so you can be notified of all my other videos. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, all that usual bullshit. And I will see you guys in the next one.